Hello folks, this is Sullla here, and you're listening to another video for League of Legends, this one featuring Soraka the Starchild. In this game was taken from a game that we played on Tuesday night, so this is one of the Tuesday game night games, practice game, custom 5v5, people on both teams who either follow this channel or just people who enjoy League of Legends. So you can see I'm playing as Soraka, I'm also playing with Sunrise, who's playing as Amumu, with Varus, who's playing as Rumble, with Speaker, who's playing as Misfortune, and with Cull, who's playing as Aurelia. Then we're matched up against Pocket Beetle playing Cho'Gath, Developed X playing Misfortune, Varulov Narwen playing as Teemo, Pseudonym playing as Karma, and Vendor who's playing as Olaf. And I'll hold the item screen here open as we get started so you can see the items that each person is choosing to buy. Now, a couple words I want to update on what's going on this channel for people who are watching. I started up the live stream this week and it was pretty successful in terms of playing. I was able to stream on both Tuesday and Thursday nights, and for anyone who's curious, those are the nights that I'm most frequently going to be streaming, Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's American time, American East Coast time, so it'll be really late for people in Europe and a little bit early for people that are on the West Coast of the US. But for people who can't make it at the time that I'm streaming, one thing that I can say is that I have it set up so that now any games that I stream on the live stream channel will be saved, so you can go back and watch them later if you want, so they'll all be recorded and saved. So hopefully that'll be helpful for people who maybe can't make it or still are interested in watching. One thing I have to say though, the quality of the games will not be as high as a YouTube thing like this. When I do it on YouTube, I can stop and record commentary, I can move around the map, I have an idea of what's going to happen in the game if I've seen it before, so the production quality is going to be a little bit higher. That's not always going to be the case when I'm live streaming. Things are going to be a little bit rougher, but on the other hand, you will get to see me just playing normally, and that includes games where I play really well, games where I play terrible. Some people have criticized the channel for saying you only show games where you win. Well, on the live stream, you will inevitably see games where I get crushed, so if you're more interested in seeing that, then feel free to check out that. And the live stream is linked from this channel. It should be underneath the video description. Now, one other thing I'll mention is right now I apparently had a setting whereby it was just automatically sending anything that went on the live stream over onto this YouTube channel. I think I'm going to change that. I'm going to keep them separate. There was this like 3-hour video that got sent to YouTube and the quality was really bad. So I think I'm going to try to keep them separate in the future just for reference. So all the live stream stuff will be on that live stream channel and the YouTube stuff will be here same as before. And there shouldn't be any drop off in YouTube in the number of YouTube stuff. I still plan to do 2 to 3 games per week, as I've been doing for quite a few months now. But anyway, as far as this game goes, like I said, practice match, custom match, I'm going to be playing as Soraka. Soraka is a champ that I actually have not featured in a video yet, which is a little bit funny because Soraka is the champion that I played the most when I initially started League of Legends. She was the champion that I kind of broke into the game on and spent a ton of time playing her. In part, that's because she was really strong at the time and then kind of got weaker in patches. But anyway, Soraka's back to being highly prized as a support, and you'll see why as we go through and play this game. Now, one other thing that's going on right now is, as I record this on this weekend, the League of Legends World Finals are being played at the DreamHack thing that's going on, so the Season 1 Championship for League of Legends. I'm not going to put anything on that up on my channel. If you want to watch those games, they're all on the official League of Legends website. They are all recorded, so if you didn't see them live, you can go see them. So I encourage you guys to go check it out, take a look. A lot of the games have been really entertaining thus far. I've been watching them, a lot of them live. So if you want to see that, go check it out. It's on there's an official website for it. Not going to be here on this channel for that reason, because you can easily find it elsewhere. But that I'm trying to use that as a transition into talking about this game. One thing that's been really common in these games is you see the attack damage carry plus support is a very common bottom lane. You're seeing that nearly every team is running that. The European style of play has shown that that's pretty strong. So for this particular custom game, Speaker and I decided that we would try to practice that. So we decided to go with that setup. We have the attack damage carry, Misfortune, here in lane, and then I am playing Soraka and just playing support. So my role is just to keep Speaker alive, help Speaker farm, do everything possible to support him, not really try to farm on my own. Soraka, not that great. You can see 0 minion kills. It's by design. Speaker actually was last hitting really terribly at the start of this game, so he actually didn't have any minion kills. As far as elsewhere on the map, we have Varus in top lane playing as Rumble. Rumble is considered to be extremely overpowered at the moment, and he is matched up against Pseudonym's Karma. In middle lane, we have Cull's Aurelia against Developed X's Misfortune, so we do have 2 Misfortunes in this game. Down here on bottom, you can see we're playing against Varulev Narwen. I think I'll just go with Narwen's Teemo and Pocket Beetle's Cho'Gath, and then Sunrise is jungling a Mumu for us, and Vendor is jungling Olaf for the other team. So anyway, those are the lineups. Soraka, trying to go through her skills. All of Soraka's skills are basically support-based. She does almost no damage whatsoever, but she's extremely good at the support role, because we see Vendor over there in the jungle, getting his red buff. As far as her skills, the most common skills you're going to see Soraka using are her W and her E. Her W skill is called Astral Blessing, and this is her heal. You can see it restores health when it's used. At rank 1, restores 60 health, and then grants 20 bonus armor. So this was a change that was made in a patch, not recently, but a little while ago. And it was the reason why everyone started playing Soraka again. They changed it so her heal also provides a temporary armor buff when it's used. It's rather weak at low levels, but when you skill it up to max rank, I believe that they get, I think, like 70 armor. I'll check later on in this game. Oh, nice gank from Vendor coming in top lane, diving, getting the kill on Varus in top lane, so nicely done. Anyway, just trying to get back to Soraka. See the little graphical effect on Speaker? That shows that he has the armor buff. So it's really quite significant when all of a sudden, like Speaker runs into the fight and all of a sudden he's got like 30 or 40 extra armor. That's pretty significant. So we're trying to get either Narwhal or Pocket Beetle here, doing a lot of damage, but not quite able to. Oh, and I'm going to flash in. Thought I could finish him off. Unfortunately, wasn't able to. Yeah, so I burned my flash, tried to go in and get the kill there, because I thought that Narwhal was on one hit, but apparently he wasn't. So he is going to survive that. Anyway, so like I said, heal, you can see 35 bonus armor. Okay, so it starts at 20 and then it's 15 more per level. So let's see, 20, 35, 50, 65, and 80. Wow, so 80 bonus armor at max rank. Yeah, that's quite a bit. Anyway, Speaker diving past the tower. Looks like he tossed an ignite on Norwen. Is this going to be enough to finish it off? There's the flash. And there we go, going to get that kill, so nicely done. Nicely done there, going in the brush to drop minion aggression. Is he going to be able to port back from that spot? It's not too safe, but yep, there's the clairvoyance, giving him sight, showing that there's nobody over there, no jungler there. Anyway, Sunrise looks like he ganked mid, not able to get a kill there though. So anyway, Speaker was able to get that well, not first blood, they got first blood in top lane, but Speaker was able to clean up a kill. Anyway, so like I said, my job is to support Speaker. I have 1 minion kill, he has 26. My main goal is to keep him alive by continuously healing him with Astral Blessing. The other thing that I'm doing is using my Infuse, Soraka's E skill, and this is really one of the best skills in the game. If you use it on an ally, it restores 50 mana to the target, and then another 50 back to Soraka. It starts at 25, and then you get an additional 25 per point, up to, I guess, 125 at max rank. So Soraka can infuse people, give them mana, essentially. She's the only champ in the game that can do this. Give people on your team extra mana. If she uses it on herself, she gets double benefit. If she uses it on an ally, then they get half the benefit and Soraka gets half the benefit. So it actually has no cost. You can see no cost, just a cooldown. So it's a really nice skill. And then on an enemy target, if you use it on them, it deals magic damage and silences. So again, really useful. Again, you can use it to just deal damage. You can use it to harass because again, remember, it doesn't cost mana, it just has a cooldown. You can use it to interrupt any channeled ultimate. It's great for interrupting Nunu ultimates. Remember, it's a silence, so it will interrupt anything that's channeled. You can use it to shut down enemy champs. They can't flash away if they're silenced. So again, just a skill with a lot of utility. So what we've tried to do in setting up this lane here is we've tried to set up the Misfortune Soraka lane. This is a lane that has a ton of synergy. Misfortune is all damage on her skills. She has no utility to the team, really. I mean, I guess she has a slow on her Make It Rain, but that's about it. Basically, all she does is just deals damage all the time. So what I do is I heal Speaker constantly to protect him from harassment. And again, every time I heal him, he gets the armor buff. Then furthermore, I just keep infusing him with mana over and over again. So Speaker can just spam his skills, spam and spam and spam, and that allows him to farm. So the longer this game goes on, the more farm he's going to get. Notice how he's already almost caught up to Developed in mid, even though Developed is a solo lane and we have a duo lane. I mean, I guess it's effectively a solo lane because I'm not taking farm. But Speaker is just going to spam his skills endlessly as they come off cooldown. I will give him infinite mana and infinite health. He can play super aggressively in this lane down here, and I'll just try to make sure that he always stays alive. So this is one of the things that EU figured out, the European stuff. This is something that North America was behind on. That when you do this carry plus support, you can just let your 80 carries get super farmed. Anyway, right there, Pocket Beetle flashing away from the Misfortune ultimate. I'm not sure if that would have killed him, but he did flash away from it to make sure he didn't take that damage. And just notice how we're able to dominate this lane. Oh, sorry, Vendor, I keep missing all your ganks here. Another nice gank, getting the kill in mid on our Aurelia player, who is Cole. Sorry, didn't remember what it was, on Cole. So anyway, nice ganks early on in the game coming in from Vendor. But one of the problems is we're just really dominating this lane. If you've noticed, we've been pushing the lane the whole time. A little bit risky because we don't have a ward here, and I think I'm going to toss one down right now. But Speaker just gets to play super aggressive. He's going to get super farmed. He stays very safe. Now look how much damage Pocket Beetle is taking. A little, maybe not the best idea to face check that brush. I'm going to flash in there, use my silence. I'm going to infuse him, and that's going to make sure we get the kill. Now Speaker taking a lot of damage from Norwin's Teemo. Am I going to be able to heal him here? No, not able to heal him there, so that was not worth it. Part of the problem there was that I had used my ultimate a little bit earlier by accident. I actually misclicked on the hotkey, used the wrong hotkey. Anyway, I'll try to keep an eye on this fight up here. There's the Clairvoyance. I tossed that in, giving extra sight. Sunrise coming in, using the ultimate. There's the Rumble ultimate, doing extra damage. And there, Varus is going to get the kill on Vendor. So a nice gank there. I'd like to think that the Clairvoyance did help out a little bit. Anyway, since I haven't mentioned it before, Soraka's ultimate is a global heal. It instantly restores 200 health to Soraka herself and all allied champs. It's a great skill. It perfectly counters certain skills. It's a great counter to the Karthus ultimate. Just really strong because if you can get it off at the right point in time in a team fight, you know, everybody in your team is taking damage, and all of a sudden everybody on the team has an extra, you know, 200 health, or later in the game at max rank you can, with some ability power and more points in the skill, you can be giving back 500 health to everybody in your team. I mean, just think of that, getting back like 2,000 or 2,500 health to everybody on the team. So really strong in that regard. Their developed is running up here. I tossed the Clairvoyance just to give us the vision. So Soraka really good in team fights late game. There are a couple drawbacks to Soraka though. Number one, she's a terrible farmer. She is possibly the worst farmer in the game. Oh, straight up kill in mid, double kill mid, Cole and Develop killing each other in mid. Didn't see the fight, but you wouldn't really been able to see it anyway with the health bars being so messed up on the replay client. Yeah, as I was saying, Soraka's weaknesses, complete inability to last hit. She is one of the slowest attack animations in the game for last hitting, so she's really weak at that. She's a terrible farmer. It used to be between her and Alistar for worst in the game, but now that they've changed Alistar's passive, he's definitely better at farming. So can't farm at all. She only works in a team comp where she's specifically set up to be a support. For instance, in solo queue, Soraka not very good because it requires coordination with your teammates. She can't really do anything by herself, so if you're just queuing by yourself for a game, not really going to be that effective. But when you can play on a team and know that you're paired up with somebody who you know, you trust, and you trust to do a good job, then she can be really, really effective, as we'll see as this game goes on. And like I said, we've just really been dominating this lane. Speaker has no problem with just ulting his, using his ult every time it comes off cooldown, even to get minion kills. And the results of that, you can start to see. Speaker now has the most farm in the game, 63 minion kills. He has the most. He's pulled ahead of the solo lanes in mid. And as he just gets stronger and stronger, he's going to just take every single minion kill, and he's going to be extremely safe too. Plus, we're also getting a lot of damage in on this tower, you can see. So anyway, this is why the European servers were the first ones to kind of hit on this, and it's being copied more and more for high-level tournament play. And you'll be seeing this if you're watching, if you watch some of the DreamHack stuff. Maybe not necessarily an MF Soraka lane, but you definitely will be seeing the AD carry plus support being run by pretty much everyone. Okay, Sunrise coming down here, looking to try to set up a gank here. I have put all of my skill points thus far in just Soraka's heal and her infuse. You can see I haven't even put anything in her Q skill, which is called Star Call. This is her only skill that actually deals damage. You can see strikes nearby enemy units for magic damage and reduces their magic resist. It's very weak. It has a terrible AP ratio, so in terms of damage, it's actually very, very weak. You don't even aim the skill. It just automatically hits units around you. But the main value of Star Call is actually the magic resist debuff. You can see it reduces magic resist by 8 for 8 seconds, and it stacks up to 20 times, so you could theoretically get rid of 160 MR. I mean, that's probably not going to happen, but in theory, you could do that. So anyway, that's a skill. I haven't even put a point in it because I just want to put everything in my heal and my infuse so far just to try to support Speaker. So eventually I'll get some points in it, but I mean, right now my infuse gives back 100 mana to the target, so Speaker only has 500 mana, so I give him back 20% of his total every time I infuse him. And then my heal, I can see 180 health, and then 50 bonus armor. 50 bonus armor is really a lot. I mean, Speaker only has 39 base armor. He goes to 89 when I use the skill, and that, my friends, is a big difference. Okay, so as I said, in terms of skilling, I've just skipped Star Call. I've been going infuse, Astral Blessing, putting a point in my ultimate when it was available. In terms of items, I picked up, I started with 2 Fairy Charms. That's to build them both into Philosopher's Stones. Since I'm not taking minion kills, I want to get the gold per 5 benefit from the Philosopher's Stones, and I'm actually waiting for another one there. So you see, there we go. I did pick up boots on my first trip back. I turned the 2 Fairy Charms into Philosopher's Stones, so now I've got a ton of mana regen, and I'm getting that gold per 5 benefit. So if you look down here on the interface, see how I'm stacking up that gold? That's to help make up for the fact that I'm not taking any minion kills. So again, standard play for supports, pretty standard. If you watch high level stuff, this is what you'll see, but I just repeat it here because I know not everybody has the time to watch those live streams and watch how some of the more pro players do it. So I'm just going to stack gold per 5. The other thing I want to get is I do want to get some cooldown reduction, again, because Soraka is mostly limited by her cooldowns. Wow, look at that. Just look how much health and mana I give back to him after I use heal and infuse. It's really crazy. You really want to get cooldown reduction on Soraka so you can, so you can use her infuse more often. Again, remember, no cost, just a cooldown, so you want to try to get extra cooldown reduction. So I'm going to go cooldown boots next, then I can turn one of my Philosopher's Stones into Alace's Miracle later on. Again, just love Alace's Miracle for that that tenacity it gives. Anyway, Sunrise, it looks like he did hit on that bandage thrust there, getting in some damage on Vendor. Now Cull coming over to support. Is Vendor going to be able to get out of this? Oh, no, Sunrise using the ultimate. Looks like he was able to get out of it. Again, the replay client is a little buggy. Looks like he is going to make it out, and that was not worth it to use the Amumu ult for that. Sunrise saying nice job though. Okay, I guess that didn't really work. Anyway, Speaker again playing aggressively. He can do a lot of damage here. Even Cho'Gath, with Cho'Gath's natural sustain from his passive, just can't keep up with the amount of damage that Speaker is putting out right now. You can see he's got triple Doran's Blades and the Berserker Greaves. I mean, again, he takes all that harass from Cho'Gath and it doesn't even matter. I mean, I'm just going to heal him right back up again. And he even took the feast damage. So we see there's the infusion. Just going to get that mana back. Going to continue spamming his, what is it, his double shot? I don't think that's the actual name of the skill, but it's something like that. As soon as my heal comes off cooldown, I'll use it again, and he'll be pretty much right back up to full. So just trying to harass back and forth in this lane, really not working out for Narwin and Pocket Beetle. Speaker just does so much damage as Misfortune, and with me supporting him, he can just pretty much attack forever. Anyway, right here, the Poison, along with Ignite, and all down to 4 HP! And Speaker is going to survive with 4 HP there, just barely, so close. That was me dumping in a Wish and an Astral Blessing on him at the same time, so I used my double heal for the massive burst there, and Speaker just barely managing to survive. The Ignite, of course, reducing the amount of heal that I can give the Speaker, so that one was really close, and a nice play by Narwin. Speaker got a little overly aggressive there. Soraka does have a lot of burst on her heal, but not that much burst. There's a limit to how much I can heal. Anyway, up in top, Varus was behind early on thanks to the ganks. Vendor came in and ganked early on, if you remember. Oh, and by the way, catching him out with a Clairvoyance, again, I do think that was, you could say it was luck, but I kind of had a feeling that one of their team members was going to be heading up top, and looks like I did get the Clairvoyance in the right spot. So anyway, Speaker picking up the BF Sword. Anyway, like I said, or just to wrap up, Varus was losing initially thanks to the Vendor ganks, but now he's scored 2 kills, and now he's pretty decisively ahead of Pseudoname, so doing a nice job there. Speaker on that trip back has picked up BF Sword, so now he's just going to be doing even more damage, and we just have so much sustain. If you notice in terms of the farming, 106 for Speaker, and Developed is the only one on their team above 60, so it's really starting to snowball ahead in our favor. They can try to harass, but with my heals, there's just not that much that they can do. I can give Speaker so much sustain in lane with all this. Speaker not even doing a great job of dodging it. Yeah, you can see 241. Going to use his flash there. I'm not sure if that was necessary. Maybe a little bit unnecessary, but better safe than sorry, I guess. Anyway, there, I'm checking to see if Blue's up. It wasn't, so that was a wasted Clairvoyance. But again, notice how Speaker's already almost up to full again, and that's just due to the value of these heals. And once again, 1 more second on cooldown, and it should be coming in. Yep, so there it is, right back up to full. And it's just really tough to lane against this because Misfortune is so strong at pushing lanes. She just deals so much damage that when she's supported by someone like Soraka, makes it very tough. You can see that Narwin had to go back to base. He's even been dropping lots of Teemo mushrooms down here in the brush. But we can just walk over them, and like I said, it doesn't even matter. So again, Speaker just blasting through all his skills. Going to keep pushing this lane, just going to keep farming. I've said this a number of times before, it might be kind of boring, but there's literally nothing better that a carry, an AD carry, attack damage carry, can do for the first 20 minutes of the game than just sit in lane and farm. That's really the best thing to do. You just get so strong when you do that. I mean, Speaker hasn't really played particularly great. He actually missed a lot of last hits early on, but with all of these minion kills, he's getting really strong. Anyway, gank coming in here, 3-man gank with Sunrise right there, gonna get off a perfect Amumu ult into a Misfortune ult. Sunrise, my voice cracks there. Beautifully done combo play there. Now Vendor getting trapped behind the rest of the team. And now we're going to counter gank this and turn it into a nice play. Don't have Clairvoyance up, which is a shame. Otherwise, we would have been able to chase down Olaf. So not the best play there. And now taking more damage from these Teemo Mushrooms. So we weren't able to score a kill there, even though we counter ganked that pretty well. But did keep everybody alive. I used my wish in the middle of that fight. So gives that extra burst heal. One of the differences between Sona and Soraka is that Sona gives you more sustain over time. So Sona's better at heal over time. Soraka, though, has more burst, and generally speaking, burst heal is generally better than sustain over time. I mean, it depends on the situation. If you're trying to sustain a push, then the sustain heal is better. But in the middle of a team fight, you want burst heal, and nobody can burst heal as well as Soraka does. Anyway, I've maxed the infuse skill. You can see can give back a teammate 125 mana, or give myself 250 mana, or silence and do 250 damage. So again, a lot of utility on that skill. Really useful skill. Looks like we spotted out Vendor over there, but I don't think that's going to turn into anything. So again, Speaker's just been farming, but notice in 20 minutes he has about 137 minion kills, close to, he would probably be close to 200 if he had actually been last hitting a little bit better. Speaker missed a lot of minion kills. But anyway, Sunrise coming in, gonna hit on the Tantrum there, doing a lot of damage. Can we finish off Pocket Beetle here? As Varus gets another kill in top lane. So Varus has really been dominating that top lane too. And nope, doesn't look like we're going to get another kill, but we have chased them back to the tower. And again, just dealing more damage here. You can see that Make It Rain is doing a ton of damage. Meanwhile, Vendor invading our jungle, but we have Clairvoyance to him, so maybe he should be getting out of there. It's a very aggressive play to make as we come in here. Unfortunately, it looks like Cole's been pushed out of mid. We really needed Cole to come down here. Anyway, there goes Vendor. I'm going to silence him right there with Soraka infused. But again, looks like he's going to take that red buff and actually get out of there. So very risky play. A very risky play, but it is going to work out. And we all actually looked kind of foolish walking up here. I think I even said that over the team chat while we were playing. I was like, wow, we ended up looking really stupid there. He just walked into our jungle, took our red buff. We all ran after him, and we never even managed to catch him. But that was due in large part due to the fact that, oh, wow, yeah. And there I hit F by accident and flashed. And so, yeah, that was another really stupid play. If you've been watching on the live stream, I think I've mentioned this a number of times. I do mess up the hotkeys way too much on the summoner skills, and that was another example of that there. Anyway, Varus taking damage. He was able to get a kill in top lane, but then gets taken down. So another kill for the enemy team. Trading kills up there in top lane. And let's see, Varus is 4-2. Pseudonym 0-2. So Varus has been winning the lane, but they were able to score another kill on him up there. Doing a nice job. Anyway, now going in here again, Speaker doing a lot of damage. There's the ult. Going to do damage to that minion wave. And now we probably should be able to push over this tower, just because they're very low. And Speaker getting Narwhal low, but taking damage on the tower, going to have to back off. We should probably be able to just push over this tower. I guess we'll see. There's the infuse. Again, more mana. Speaker not doing a good job of dodging these ruptures, but again, it doesn't even matter. We're just, like I said, we're just going to push over this tower, and there's very little that the other team can do. You can see how strong we are. So Speaker going to go back to buy. I think after this going to turn some of these items into gold. And you can see, mostly due to my Philosopher's Stones, I actually have a lot of gold here too. So going to try to turn that into items. Anyway, Cole getting chased here in middle lane. There's the Clairvoyance for a little bit extra sight. Looks like he's going to make it out okay. But Developed has definitely won in middle lane. You can see Developed 2-1-1 does have Infinity Edge and Berserker Greaves. Cole 1-2 behind in farm. So a tough lane, definitely. Trying to lane Aurelia against Misfortune. But Developed did win that one. Anyway, Speaker is just hanging out here. I'm not exactly sure why or what he's doing. Okay, in terms of itemizing, I picked up cooldown boots, as I said I was going to, and then another gold per 5 item, Cage's Lucky Pick. A popular strat on Soraka, just stacking the Cage's Lucky Pick. People like the gold per 5. I guess it's technically gold per 10, but people usually call them gold per 5. People like that, and it does give ability power too, so not the worst thing in the world. Soraka actually does have good AP ratios on her heals, so it is worthwhile to get ability power on Soraka. Unlike Sona, whose ability power ratio on her heal is really bad, I think it's better on Soraka. Not 100% sure, but I think it's pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, Astral Blessing's almost 1-to-1 on her heal. I think it's like 0.8 or 0.9, so definitely worth it to get that. And right there, we're able to get another Dragon, and we're able to get that one uncontested. Anyway, Cole going in, engaging. There's the Rumble ult. That Rumble ult is so strong. Looks like Varus has some Spell Vamp, and they're coming in there too. Yeah, has the Hex Tech, has some Spell Vamp. Anyway, we're going in, engaging here. I'm just trying to keep everybody healed. I've already used my Wish ultimate to give everybody extra heal in the middle of the fight. And we're dealing a lot of damage, but we're actually not killing anyone. And now they're dodging back to the safety of the tower. Speaker taking a lot of damage there. But I am able to sustain this push pretty well with my heals. Using the infused there. And again, just trying to keep everybody alive. I want to stay in the back as much as possible, or sort of in the middle of the team. I don't know if that's the best spot, but they don't have too much AoE damage. They do have Misfortune ult, but that's about it. Their team doesn't really have that much area of effect damage, so staying in the middle of the team, pretty effective. And it looks like we're going to go back to bottom lane to get in a little more farming here. Now, we did do a lot of damage to them there, but we didn't kill anyone on their team. So, kind of an inconclusive team fight. We were able to take Dragon, but in terms of kills, it's even. In terms of global gold, I think that we're ahead by more than that. Because I think that we have a pretty good farming edge at this point in time, and we do have one tower down. We also took the first dragon. So, yeah, I mean, look at this. 170 minion kills for Misfortune before the 25 minion mark. So, again, Speaker is just doing nothing but farming, and I just follow him around the map. It's really easy to farm with Misfortune when somebody else is just giving you infinite mana and healing you every time you take damage. So anyway, Speaker going to go back, going to turn these items, the gold he's gotten so far, into items. So let's see how that works out. I'm going to be interested to see what he bought. I can't remember what he picked up here. So let's see. Going to be Infinity Edge, or yep, Infinity Edge, and I guess that's it, but that's still a pretty good buy right there. So going to pick up the Infinity Edge. Meanwhile, over here, I'm almost getting in a little bit of farm. You notice how slow that Soraka auto attack is. It really does pretty pathetic damage. Okay, Infinity Edge and a red pot, so that's pretty strong. We're ready to team fight right now if the enemy team wants to fight. So Speaker, even though Speaker was in the duo lane, notice that he's actually ahead of their Misfortune who's in the solo lane. I mean, not a little bit behind in experience. He is lower in level, but in terms of the actual build, Speaker's ahead. So we really kind of have like 3 solos now. We have the Rumble solo, we have the Aurelia solo, and then we have the Misfortune solo. And then I'm the support who just is stacking these gold per 5 items to get stuff. So anyway, it's a different way to play the game, but it's very popular right now in sort of the high-level games, the high-tier games. Anyway, I'm in a bad position here. I'm kind of getting trapped, so there, I'm going to flash out of that. My positioning was bad. I'm still waiting to use my global ultimate, and let's see, there it is, right there, going to use it. 350 health back to everybody, and you can see, in part due to that, and in part due to the fact that Speaker is so farmed, we're just winning this fight easily, even though Varus, who is also very farmed, wasn't there. Oh, and apparently I got a kill using my silence, my infuse on Narwen. So that fight went really well. Again, when you just use that Soraka burst heal in the middle of the fight, in the middle of the team fight, you can see 353 health back to everybody on the team. Just so strong when you're able to do that. And of course, we were out farming the other team as well. I mean, I have to keep that in mind. Let's see, I need to get in my heal on whoever's getting shot by the tower. Notice that, again, 80 bonus armor, as I said at the beginning of the game. 80 bonus armor for anyone who gets that heal. Really good for tanking towers, too. If somebody's getting shot at by a tower, you just toss your heal on them, and then all of a sudden they have 80 bonus armor. Sunrise has 178. It goes from 98 to 178 armor when I toss that on him. Also really good for sort of a melee tanky DPS, you know, like say Aurelia, you know how Aurelia is melee, Aurelia has to close into close range to get off her damage. You can toss your heal on Aurelia right when she goes into the middle of the enemy team, and then all of a sudden, instead of 82 armor, she has 172 armor for the next couple seconds, while she's also getting healed at the same time. So again, just makes a huge difference when you toss that buff on them. Oh, am I gonna get a minion kill? Yes, 1 minion kill. Anyway, I do finally have a point in Star Call. I have 1 point in Star Call. It is on a very short cooldown. You can see it's only on a 2-second cooldown, although that is with cooldown reduction. I think it's 3 seconds without any cooldown reduction. Not 100% sure. I think it's a 3-second cooldown, but it doesn't really do any damage. Anyway, I turned the gold from that last team fight into an Oracle, first of all, so that means I can see wards. Again, if my positioning is good, I shouldn't die. It's not always going to be, but in theory, I should be able to stay alive. And then I also picked up Shirelia's. Again, I like Shirelia's on Soraka. It gives her a little extra health, so it gives her some survivability. You can build one of your Philosopher's Stones into that. Gives you the health and mana regen. Gives you the cooldown reduction, which again is key on Soraka. I now have max... Oh, no, do I have max cooldown reduction? Yes, I do have max cooldown reduction. 40% max cooldown reduction. Now 1.8 second Star Call, 6 second Astral Blessing, 9 second Infuse. So again, short cooldowns now thanks to the items. And of course it also has that active where you give the little movement speed buff to your team. So it's a nice item to get on Soraka. You can get double Philosopher's Stones, turn one into Shirelia's, turn the other into Alace's Miracle. I just have really been liking that. Not that I play Soraka much, but I do like that combination there. Anyway, right now, we're sort of pushing back lanes. We're in a very good shape right now. We have a huge farming edge in the enemy team. Look how far ahead we are in terms of these lanes. Speaker is just way ahead of anybody on their team because of his relentless farming. And then our other solos are ahead as well. Of course, I don't have any farm. I guess that's the trade-off. But Soraka doesn't really need that much farm to be effective, especially with the gold per 5 items. We also have an experience edge. We have a leveling advantage. You can see 16, 15, 14, 14, 13. They have 15, 15, 14, 13, 12. So we're a little bit ahead in experience. And then, of course, we also have a lot of towers down. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 towers down, and they only have 1. So we have a pretty good advantage in global gold. We did also take that. We also did take that dragon. I don't know if we took 1 or 2 dragons. Maybe we should have been paying a little closer attention. Anyway, I have the Oracle, so we can kill wards that they have here at Baron. Looks like we are going to make a play for this Baron right now. We want to draw them out away from their towers, try to force a fight here. Oh, it looks like somebody was trying to flash into the Baron and unfortunately misclicked. And got it misclicked and got it in the wrong spot. Anyway, right here comes the team fight. So again, this was a risky play to go for Baron. Maybe not necessarily the smartest move, but we have drawn them out away from the fight. There's the Amumu ultimate into a Misfortune ultimate. Cole is really low, so I want to get off my heal on him. I've already used my global ultimate. I was trying to heal Cole, but he actually ran away from me. And you can see we're just really crushing this team fight right now. Anyway, I was running up here trying to heal Cole. And, oh, unfortunately, Sunrise is just going to get taken down at the end of the fight. A little unfortunate. If I had been down there, I could have healed him, could have survived. But we are going to finish off this Baron. And now with the Baron on our side, that's going to turn it into a huge edge. And look at this, Varus scoring a quadra kill. So, again, Rumble so OP, as people are saying. Yeah, you can see Cole even saying, most overpowered. Yeah, so you get the picture there. Don't want to run afoul of the some of the YouTube policies right there, but yeah. And that's it. The other team's going to give up, and that's a fair surrender because this game was pretty much over at that point in time. So that's going to be the end of the game, and we're going to wrap this up, look at the stats, and try to conclude this game.
Victory!
Here are the final stats from the end of the game. You can see ended up with the 17 minion kills, by far the fewest in the game. Of course, as I said before, when you're playing a character like Soraka, a pure support, you try to offset that by getting some of the gold per 5 items, things that give you the passive gold bonus. Now, supposedly, that's going to be nerfed in an upcoming patch, so we'll have to see what Riot decides to do. I do think that those items are a little too strong, particularly the Philosopher's Stone. Philosopher's Stone is really strong right now, ever since they introduced the Tenacity item, so we'll see what they do. Probably have to change the builds around after that, but for the moment, really, really strong item. And overall, I think I played pretty decently in this game. It's not that hard to play as Soraka. You just support the team, make sure that you get off your global ultimate, your heal at the right time, and try to make sure that people don't catch you. People aren't able to catch and kill you at the wrong moment. So anyway, went pretty well. Speaker was the one who just had so much farm. Again, as I said, this is a style of play that just makes you really, really strong going into mid and then late game. Just that AD carry stays in bottom lane and farms and farms and farms and farms and farms, protected by a support. You can see the 217 minion kills at the 30-minute mark. That's a huge amount, and you can see what the result is. He just gets super strong. Infinity Edge, Last Whisper, Berserker Greaves, and triple Doran's Blades before the 30-minute mark. And so, I mean, just again, really strong. Now, that was helped by the fact that Varus was also playing Rumble, and you can Rumble is just such a strong champ as well. You build him tanky, he deals a ton of magic damage as well. You can see Varus got the quadra kill at the end of the game, played really well. And we had great synergy with Sunrise's Amumu ult too. You know, throw down the Amumu ult, stun everybody on the other team, into a Misfortune ult, into a Rumble ultimate, and it's just a lot of area of effect damage. And then, of course, I burst off my Soraka heal in the middle of that, too, to protect the rest of the team. Cole didn't have his greatest game, but played okay. Overall, you can see 2-2-6. Didn't have a great game, but played solidly. The other team, I thought that Develop played well on the other team. I thought that Vendor had some nice ganks coming out of the jungle. They just, unfortunately, kind of got snowballed out of the game because we had such a huge farming edge. And the longer the game went on, our farming edge became more and more apparent. So anyway, the main reason I wanted to put this up, I wanted to demonstrate a little bit more support gameplay. I wanted to throw that out for those of you. Again, it's not, you probably can't really play this way in a solo queue game. You can't really be playing Soraka too much. I mean, maybe you can make it work, but in terms of a pre-made team environment, maybe if you're playing with some of your friends, you can go duo bottom lane with Soraka and an AD carry. She works really well with Misfortune because Misfortune just deals so much damage, and you can have a whole lot of success. So again, just trying to demonstrate some of the different strategies that people have figured out at sort of the top tier of play and have filtered down to the rest of the community. Anyway, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, check out the live stream if you want to. I'm going to have all my games saved there. You don't necessarily have to watch when I'm streaming. They will be there. They will be saved. So again, trying to get you guys lots of content. Hope you guys enjoy it. Anyway, have a nice weekend. Happy Father's Day to anyone who celebrates the holiday. And I'll see you guys next week.